In this lecture, we'll take a brief project intermission, tune and tweak some values before we're ready to move on with more mechanics. We've modified our player ship model to go back to a scale of 1-1-1. Let's head back into our main level scene just to see what that looks like. We've got a super teeny tiny player ship inside of our player rig. Now, I know this might actually feel like a lot, but we can pretty quickly tune these values because we already have all the mechanics and systems in the right place. We just need to change their values. Feel free to take most of this lecture as this lecture's challenge and have a bit of your own project intermission, tuning and tweaking your own player settings and mechanics to make sure that everything feels good to you. I'll be tweaking things like my laser particles on my player ship, all ship sizes, not including just my player, but all enemy ships as well, and then just tweaking values on my camera distance to make sure everything lines up correctly. Make sure that your ship size feels good relative to your terrain. Honestly, if you don't feel like tuning and tweaking most of your settings and you feel like you actually have yours at a pretty good spot, keeping your ship's scale at 222 on your model, honestly, feel free to do that. You might need to adjust your terrain size around it. For example, you might need 4 different terrain grids of 600 by 600 instead of just 2 to give yourself enough wiggle room, but you can totally feel free to do that. As an optional challenge, give each enemy ship a fun, unique name. If you're not feeling super creative and you want to stay with enemy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's totally cool by me. Pause the video, give everything an honest effort to make sure everything feels good to you. When you get back, I'll go through my solution with you together. Rightio, let's get to tuning and tweaking. Let's start by sliding our main camera in to kind of get the rough perspective on where we were at before. Now, one thing we haven't really talked about really at all yet is these shadows in the game view. Depending on the distance of your camera, you can see the shadow of the ship and even kind of the mountains appearing and disappearing depending on the distance. Don't worry, we'll touch on that a little bit later on when we can have some conversations on rendering, lighting, and post-processing. For now, let's just situate our player ship to be roughly where we just kind of had it before. We don't actually need to tune and tweak too much, surprisingly. We've actually just scaled our ship down exactly 0.5 of where it was before. So I think there's a good chance we can actually go into our player ship, go into our player movement, and where we were clamping our ranges before, we could probably just roughly divide all of these by 2, and let's just see where that gets us. 35 divided by 2, what is that? 17.5, 25 divided by 2, 12.5. Control pitch factor, let's change it to 9. 10 and rotation speed of 5. So I've just divided all of those values by 2 just to kind of see where that roughly gets us. Let's see, we're still clamping about the right range. My player speed feels a little bit slow relative to how quickly we were moving on the timeline. I think I'm just going to ramp that up just a tad. Our lasers are going to be a bit off and look a little bit wonky. We can shrink that down, but we're already pretty close. Exit play mode. I'm going to change my control speed to something like 30. We can tweak that more if we need to. Let's go into our laser prefab itself, not each individual reference of the prefab, the left and the right laser. Let's actually just modify some of these. We can probably actually just change our start size also to divide by 2. So start size of 2.5. Let's see what that looks like. And let's shift both position to actually line up correctly here. I don't think we actually ever changed our rotation back to 0, 0. Of course, that didn't really affect gameplay. Let's say the left laser is going to be negative 2.5, just so we have a nice round number. Y of, let's just say 6.6 and Z of 5. That looks pretty good. We can just copy these exact same opposite values for the X on the right laser. So going into right laser, reset the rotation 0, 0, 0, positive 2.5. I think we said 6.6 on the Y. And what did we say on the Z? Was it 5? Let's check that. 5, looking good. With our start size of exactly half of what it was before, we can toggle the emission on. Just highlighting both, pressing restart to get them firing at the same time. I think I need to toggle emission on actually both lasers. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what that feels like when we shoot it. And before we test out to see what those lasers actually feel like, let's go ahead and throw in some ships for reference, especially to kind of make sure the size of those ships feels about right. So I'm just going to plop them down here kind of on our straightaway of our terrain where we have some nice clear line of sight to shoot. So we can just drag all 3 of them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see, which one did I miss? This one here, 5. Highlight them here, just kind of make sure they're at roughly a good Y value so we can easily shoot them. Drag them on up. I'm just kind of making sure the values of how big each individual ship feels right relative to not only the terrain, but just the player ship as well. That'll be a little bit hard to shoot. I'm going to highlight all 5 of them, If you were to try to rotate it like this, they'll actually just rotate around what would be the center point of all 5 objects. But if I Control Z that to undo it, and actually over here on the very, very top left, where it says center, change that to pivot, that way it'll actually rotate around each individual game object's pivot point, kind of get the broad side of the ship so we have something good to shoot at. Before we hit play and test that out, let's actually just go into our left and our right laser, turn the emission off at the very beginning of the game, because we actually have to turn that on with our left click input, blow up our game view, and let's give it a play. That feels about right. I think our lasers feel accurate. I do actually like the way that our lasers are parallel. We've got all of the ships. They still look a little bit small to me. We can adjust that over time once we actually modify our timeline. For now, I think that feels pretty good. I noticed it was a little bit hard to shoot the ships because they were all just being destroyed on one hit. In the next lecture, let's involve setting up some hit points for our enemy ships. Last but not least, let's rename our enemy ships to each have their own unique fun little name. For no particular reason, I'm going to go with the insect theme. I feel like ships and insects have a lot in common. I'm just going to rename each one of my ships something like a insect. So enemy 1, we're going to call this bad boy Grasshopper. What does this guy look like? Enemy 2, he kind of looks like a wasp. Let's go with Wasp. Enemy 3, he's got these big flappy wings. Let's go with Butterfly. This big bad boy over here, our chunky red boy, let's call him Beetle. That's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. And enemy 5, not really sure. I can't really think of anything. Let's go with Moth. Why not? And let's just give everything one more playthrough for good measure. I think I'm feeling good on my end. When you're satisfied with all of your values, both your custom C# class properties, as well as the sizes of your enemy ships, I'll see you in the next lecture.